They're awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're live wires.
They're great. Okay, I'm gonna let you start whenever you're ready. It's rolling. So.
Okay. All right. Do you want my name or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm Rebecca Kroll. Our son Calvin is in his first year here at Pathway. He is in 6th grade, and here it goes. We tried public schools for many years in getting the advocates, getting the lawyers, and fighting. And the low point became when Calvin hated school, refused. It was a low point when at 7 years old, he refused to go to school, would do anything and everything. At 7 years old, not to be there, hated it, felt stupid, didn't feel like anybody understood who he was, and that he did have the learning differences, but yet he was capable, he was very smart, but it was expressing those things. He was diagnosed at a young age, but we still fought and just really tried hard to see if we could make the schooling work in the public setting, even with advocates and lawyers, but it didn't. And when we moved out here from Philadelphia, it was a very difficult decision and very hard decision to try and see if the public schools would work again for him, because he was struggling, and we watched how he had no desire to learn, no desire to be at school. He felt so isolated, so alone. And as parents, we didn't feel like we could help him or do anything, but yet we were putting so much energy and resources into trying to get him what he needed. When we found Pathway, it was like the skies. The skies just opened up to give him that individualized attention, to let him know he was important, that he was special, and just because he learns differently and has different needs and how his executive functioning, how he processes things may be different from other kids, that's okay. God made him that way, to be special. So since we've been here at Pathway, we have noticed incredible changes, even within the first month. He would now come home, take out his homework, be so responsible, has to get it all done, was concerned about his writing, which before he would do anything and everything to get away from writing, to get away from expressing his thoughts, sharing his experience of what's going on, or just trying to be in the moment and learning. He would shut down. He had just too much energy going on, so it was easier to shut down and be within himself. But within that first month at Pathway, he just blossomed. I call him my little Leo, the late bloomer, because he blossomed into this young man who he took pride in not only his uniqueness and his differences, but that he was capable. He now could do this homework, he could express his thoughts, and he wanted to. That was a huge change, that he wanted to share his ideas, his dreams in his head, and actually want to start typing. Writing still's, a challenge, but he'll sit down and want to type and get those thoughts out and love to be expressive. And it's okay if he gets up and is bouncing and moving around. That's encouraged here and allowed here for him to be expressive and be who he is. And so we have watched this kid who years ago, and especially once we moved here, hated school, did not want to be back in it, would do anything. And it's fearful as a parent when your kid shuts down that way, because our other children aren't like that, and we couldn't help him, we couldn't reach him. No matter how we tried, the specialists, the doctors, the interventions, the social skill work, we couldn't get to him. But within that month here of starting at Pathway, he is this vivacious, outgoing young man who loves to share, loves to be part of the group, loves to come to school, could not wait to come back from Easter break and see all of his friends. So for that, we're so thankful.